exclusive guest interview next.
Okay, Mr. Behind the Camera guy, what are we doing?
Well, welcome back to Movie Related, everybody.
Welcome back.
This is the Dawn interview video. So all those people who randomly catch him on thumbnails or maybe his other channels and wondered, hey, I wonder what that guy's life is like. Well, this is the video for you.
Sure.
Because we have 10 interview questions.
I never talk about my real life, ever, on my other channels.
Yeah, but these are the questions that people actually want to know.
Oh, inquiring minds want to know.
Exactly.
All right.
So question number 1.
Okay.
Watching the new Star Wars series Ahsoka, we have been made aware of witches in the universe. Tell us your general feelings about witches using concrete examples.
I really don't have an opinion on witches. Witches, warlocks, to me they belong in a magical universe more than Star Wars. You already have the Force and Force users. You don't really need witches now. It might be in some of the books, it might be in stuff like that, but
let's say outside of Star Wars.
Witches are okay. Like, I like magical elements and magical stories and things like that. They just have to be done properly and not overpowered. Scarlet Witch, for example. At first, she does like dreamland attacks on the Avengers. And by the end, she can now call for space monsters and she can do all this other, like, it's, where does it stop? Like, how much, you have to have some limits on your witches.
All right. Number 2. You are an avid cruiser.
I've been on a few.
And a mediocre cruise YouTuber. But tell us, if you saw a cute 20-year-old woman fall overboard, would you dive in to help her?
Doesn't have to be cute. I would probably dive in to help anybody if I thought of it. Like, my first responder reaction would be to do that as a first aid person.
Okay, so
now if it was really, really rough seas and dangerous area, dark, pitch black at night, I would throw the buoy over, I would notify people first, and then maybe I would try and jump over.
Calm waters, middle of the day, and it's the person who just yelled at you in the buffet. It's a middle-aged guy.
It wouldn't matter.
You would jump overboard.
Yeah. I've been in that situation, not jumping overboard, but I've been in emergency situations and you don't think about who's doing it, you just think it's a person.
I think you would die.
I probably would. Doesn't mean I wouldn't try.
Number 3. You are clearly a 4 out of 10 in the looks department, and maybe a 6 in intelligence. What about you is definitely a 10 out of 10? That you could say on video.
My ability to calm myself down and not strangle the interviewer.
You're doing a good job.
I am.
Number 4. You are still writing screenplays. Tarantino is coming over for dinner. What are you cooking for him?
I have a lot of good meals, but it's Tarantino. He likes regular food, and I know this for a fact. So I'm cooking him roast beef that's been slow roasted all day with herbs and garlic and carrots. And then I'm also giving him my twice baked potato cooked to perfection.
Number 5. How would you change your life if you suddenly had glorious, long, full hair like Tom Cruise in the movie Rock of Ages?
I don't have trouble with the hair department.
Long hair.
I could have long hair if I want. I cut it every 3 weeks.
Okay, so now it is 8 inches longer.
Yeah, I don't think that looks good on a 61-year-old man.
But now you look like a rocker like Tom Cruise.
No. Tom Cruise looked like a rocker in Tom Cruise's movie when he was trying to be a rocker.
But it was only like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's 60-something.
But he was an aging rocker who could sing, and I can't. So I'm not getting away with that. I'll take the clean-cut look.
If you didn't have family in Canada, how many seconds would it take you to move to Florida?
Well, because of the job, it probably wouldn't take very long. I like Canada, though. I still feel very comfortable in my own city, walking around. I never am looking twice. I do look twice sometimes when I'm walking around in Florida, and I see an argument break out and stuff like that. You wonder, is somebody going to pull a knife? Is somebody going to pull a gun? In Ottawa, I'm not thinking that yet. yet.
Would it be Florida or somewhere else?
It'd be Florida. There's too many cruise ports not to be Florida.
Number 7. If you could have super stretchy arms, or legs, or face, which would you choose?
Those are the only 3 body parts? Why would I want to stretch my face?
I don't know, you tell me.
Why would I want to stretch my arms?
To reach something?
I could stretch my legs to do that. They're kind of the same. I would probably choose arms. Because then I could scratch that itch in my back that I have a hard time getting to sometimes.
Okay. Number 8. If you win the lottery, would you still be a cruising YouTuber? Would you quit cruising, quit YouTubing, quit both, or branch out into a different kind of travel vlog?
I would probably go back to my more traditional vlogging where I'm vlogging when I'm going on the cruise and just talking about the cruise. I probably would stop the cruise news portion of it, the daily aspect, if I won a lot of money. And I would just go back to enjoying cruising and I still do tips, tricks like that, and the important stories. But I wouldn't be doing the daily stories of, oh, this ship broke down or this ship changed itinerary or something like that.
Okay. Number 9. If a monstrous alien being invaded your house, would you prefer it to be a supergiant tarantula, an amorphous blob, a giant laser robot, or weird ninjas?
Weird ninjas. Well, I couldn't beat weird ninjas, so I'll take the laser robot. Because I know mechanical stuff just breaks down all the time. I just wait for it to wear out and break down.
Number 10, this is the last question.
They have been very intriguing questions so far.
You are playing pool with Richard Nixon.
With Richard Nixon?
And the phone rings. It's a twin version of you on a distant world in another dimension. And he needs help, or else his world will perish. Nixon tells you to hang up the phone and then winks at you suggestively. Tell us, would you be able to sleep soundly that night, or would your mind be keeping you awake, replaying the day's events?
See, if somebody called me and said I'm you from a distant planet on the phone, I'd go, thanks, Paul, and I'd hang up. Because I know it'd be you.
But he knew things only you would know.
Yeah, but you're asking all these questions, so probably you would know them as well. My life's pretty much an open book. And it just sounds like the idiotic thing that you would do.
And the whole Richard Nixon thing?
I would be wondering what the heck he's doing in my house.
So the question was, would you be able to sleep soundly?
Sound like like this. It's a multiverse. If I can't handle the situation where I live, too bad. Suck it up, Don.
Okay, well, I feel like I know a lot more about you now than I did before the interview.
And I feel that people are looking at this video going, what are they doing?
And then they're saying, wow, although I don't know what they're doing, I feel like I know Don a lot more after this interview.
It's one of those videos like a car crash. You just can't look away.